What's good, YouTube? Back at it again with some more important information. Today in this video, I'm going to be going over a recent warning that was made by Peter Schiff regarding the state of this messed up economy. And we're going to be going over the whole situation with the dollar collapse. Everybody knows right now that the state of the economy is so bad, and everybody's talking about it all over social media. Everybody's talking about how they can't afford to live a decent lifestyle. Everything's more expensive for them. People nowadays are having, more than 2 or 3 jobs, because the struggle's real out here. It used to be the case that people could, survive on one job or whatever, right? But now having 2 or more jobs is actually normalized. And, that's just, it serves as a reminder of how bad the struggle is right now. But, it's only going to get worse from here on out, and it's going to be a lot worse than anything we've seen in the past. But I'm going to get right into the article, and it says, U.S. dollar crisis coming soon to crash economy and send consumer prices soaring, says Peter Schiff. Goes on to say the U.S. dollar crisis could end up being a massive issue in the U.S. markets if adequate measures are not taken by the Fed in advance. The Fed's forthcoming strategy, and by the way, the Fed is all in on this entire agenda themselves. Literally, the CEO, Jerome Powell, is a Jesuit. He was Jesuit educated. So, all of these people are working towards the same agenda. So that's something to keep in mind, too. The Fed's forthcoming strategy shift could bring about some major changes to the U.S. dollar index, according to chief economist and global strategist at Euro Pacific Asset Management, Peter Schiff. Is a U.S. dollar crisis on the rise? Question mark. According to Peter Schiff, there's a chance that the U.S. dollar's weakening will go on till 2025, following which there are chances of a major economic crash followed by exponentially rising interest rates. Is the U.S. dollar in danger? The value of the U.S. dollar as per the dollar index could sink to an annual low and could even challenge the 2020 dollar dip, says Peter Schiff. If this indeed happens, the U.S. economy could be in an indeed fragile state and consumer prices would soar exponentially. The implications of the dollar weakening could have some serious impact in domestic inflation, as it would end up making international goods and services expensive in the United States. It's already bad right now with, how ridiculous the prices are. But, I think eventually we're going to end up seeing hyperinflation. Goes on to say, is there any bright side of a weak dollar? A weak U.S. dollar could prove to be advantageous in the aspect that it makes U.S. exports cheaper and competitive in the Middle East, South Asia, Australia, etc. The overall implications are rather broad to understand, but it is true that there could be more to lose for the United States domestically if the dollar weakens over time. However, it could help boost U.S. exports and international trade, which had taken a hit in recent times. There's nothing good about the dollar getting devalued, actually. There's nothing good about the money that you put your blood, sweat, and tears to be able to obtain. There's nothing good about that getting more and more devalued and worthless over time. There's nothing good about your purchasing power going down and making the struggle worse for you because everything is so ridiculously expensive nowadays. It's ridiculous. And this is their number one tool to keeping people controlled: money. And why do you think these corporations, these corrupt companies don't pay people enough, right? Despite skyrocketing inflation, ridiculous prices, everything, the cost of living is just skyrocketing, going through the roof. But what's not skyrocketing? The wages. The wages are not skyrocketing. The wages are still stagnant. These companies are making billions of dollars a year while they pay their workers $15 an hour. You can't make this up. And people act like everything's just fine and normal. Nothing about this is normal. This is corruption at its finest. This is all about keeping people enslaved. And it's literally in our faces. And it's just getting worse and worse as time goes on. I'm not going to sit here. This is the thing. I'm not going to sit here and act like, everything that's happening in this world is just perfectly normal and fine. Like, this is stuff that's been taking place for a long time, and they're just right now what they're doing is they're just ramping up the struggle, with this economy by destroying it on purpose. It goes on to say, is the US dollar crashing? As of now, there's a downward trend around the US dollar, and economists are of the opinion that this dip may continue beyond 2025. That can trigger a major financial crisis. Did the US dollar hit an all-time low in 2024? Says no, as of now. The US dollar had dipped to a record low in 2020, but there are chances it could again show a major dip in late 2024. And I think that's it for the article. Yeah, that's it for the article. But yeah, I mean, you guys get my point. This economy right now is worse than ever, and everybody's struggling right now. You could literally go on any social media platform and literally search up cost of living crisis, and you'll have a flood of videos of so many people talking about how they're overworked and underpaid and not able to live a decent lifestyle and struggling to keep up with the cost of living. It's ridiculous. And every single bit of it is by design. Only people that aren't struggling, like the state of the world right now is this: people who are rich and use their money wisely, for them it feels like, for them they look at living in this world as like heaven on earth, right? Because, they don't have to worry every single day about where their next meal is coming from. They don't have to worry about, am I going to be able to pay my rent next month? Am I going to be able to feed the kids? Am I going to be able to, pay off all of my expenses that I need? Am I going to be able to keep up with my electricity bill? All of these different things. Am I going to have enough money for gas? Am I going to have enough money to pay for my car and fix the vehicle for repairs? Rich people don't have to worry about things like that. So for a rich person who uses their money wisely, they're going to feel like they're living heaven on earth, right? But if you're broke and poor with no money, it's going to feel like you're living in hell on earth because you're going to be suffering so badly. You're going to feel like you're going through hell. So that's the state of this world right now. And, the homelessness crisis right now is worse than ever. I mean, literally as of right now, every time I go out, I go somewhere or whatever, I see like a flood of homeless people. And it's sad, that people are living in such messed up living conditions like this. But more than ever now, I've been seeing a lot more homeless people than I have 4, 5, 6+ years ago, right? Because the struggle right now is worse than ever. Ever since what happened in 2020, the economy has just literally tanked, just went down the drain, and it's just gotten worse ever since. So I thank you guys for watching this video. Please share the video far and wide. I was originally planning on having a YouTube clip in here to react to, but YouTube kept annoying me with ads the whole time. So I was like, you know what? This time I'm just gonna go over an article and express my thoughts as I usually do. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you watch it this far, please make sure to like, comment, share this video far and wide, and get the word out to as many people as possible, because more people need to hear the truth. And I'm out.